Welcome back to Tyranny. Alright, it's time to travel again. Back in the map screen, here's the Scarlet course camp. Seemingly due directly south. I could have sworn I remember somebody telling me it was east of the disfavored camp, but clearly they were either mistaken, lying to me, or this map is turned 90 degrees. Anyway, here's the northern clearing for one of my quests, but it makes a lot more sense to go to the Scarlet Course camp first, especially since it's on the way. Imagine that's the camp there beyond the bridge. Oh, we got us a standoff here. It proves everything. The warrior slams her fists together in a resounding clap. Like, for instance, whether you're fit to lead the flock of children. Behind her, the members of her gang posture with weapons held at the ready. Did you not hear the news of the edict? This is a foolish distraction. We ought to be saving our fight for the enemy. Of course, warrior looks to his gang, giving them a quick nod. He's right, the edict will kill us all if Ascension Hall is not taken soon. Well, until Fifth Eye starts the mustering chant, we ain't got nowhere to be. She gestures to her gang across from her. So now's our chance to have it out before things get serious. So what's the problem here? No problem here, Madame Binder. She tosses her blade in the air, catching it with a smile on the way down. Captain Fuckwit here seems he's about to balk down from this challenge. Thinks just because he used to run a ship, he's qualified to run a gang. She spits on the ground, looking up at the scout. So I'm calling him out. Because the way I see it, his warriors ought to follow me, not this new boy. Captain Fuckwit was my father. Fuckwit will do just fine. The warrior points at the opposing gang. If we have to prove our strength, we'll do so happily, but I'll have your hands and feet removed and the rest of them kept for my own use. Care to wager on this fight? I could use a few rings. Why not? Might as well win a string as I gut her and take her gang. He spits a wad of blackish vagrant's chaw toward the quick ship's feet. A sharp, vicious grin cuts across her face. You're welcome to try. I bet 5 bronze rings on a quiet ship. I think she's gonna win. The soldier offers a quick, solemn nod. Come on, who of you will be the first to meet my blade? The gang leader tosses her knife from one hand to the next. Did I get my money? I'm assuming I got my money. Let's see, we got Rusted Iron Sword, Emotional Mental Barrier. Okay. The guard places her hands by her belt as you approach, gripping the hilt of a blade. Past this point is coarse territory. You don't look like someone's conscript. You sure you're in the right place? I'm always in the right place. Fine. Just come on in. I'm sure the Fury will gut you if you're really a problem. The guard half-heartedly waves you in as she nods the verse. Ah, sweet, I can read it. Sigil of Illusion. I never did try. What is this? 8 days to Kairos' Day of Swords. Oh shit, I only have 8 days to do this? And every time I travel on the world map, that uses time. So I really need to be careful about how I use the map. I can't just be traveling back and forth between places willy-nilly. I'm glad I went here first. So I kind of need to strategically advance my way across the map and try to do everything I can in one spot. so I don't have to go back and forth multiple times and waste time. Okay. Anyway, spell creation. There it is. Okay, I haven't tried this yet. So I have my Sigil of Vigor and my Sigil of Illusion. Deceit and Trickery. Alright. Expression. Okay, so this is single target, and this is distant target. Okay. This one costs a lot less though. So 30 both of us can do. But then I have an accent to work with. Let's do this single target. Well, if I do this one, that's 30, false pit. But I won't be able to accent it, making it greater range. What's the range right now? 8 meters? It's not bad. I can't add this range because it'll be too high for both of us. Makes the target prone though. It's pretty useful. For both of us. And then if I do a single target, let's create spectral blur. When character is attacked and the hit results has been determined. Target's deflection. Okay, so it makes me harder to hit. So this is kind of like a blur spell. Alright, it's useful. I can increase the range a bit. Both of us can still cast it, so I might as well assign it. Go Vigor. I'll use single target with Vigor, huh? That's Titan's Touch, which I already have. But I can make it a more distant Titan's Touch, which is good. Update. There we go. Sweet. Alright. Let's talk to Fifth Eye. Binder of Tunon arrives, squealing with a teenager's temper. The Fifth Eye's voice makes your gums itch and your fingernails feel in need of trim. We just finished having a bit of sports and captives. But worry not, we'll have more fun with another batch momentarily. Dressed in bronze-red regalia of the Crimson Spears, the Fifth Eye beckons you to stand close, wagging a blood-spattered glove. Now that you have issued this edict and doomed us all to die, have you come to help us climb out of this hole? Chips of laughter emanate from under his mask. Not here to follow your every order, but we all need to work together to stop this edict. But of course, you are Tunan's concubine, not mine. I envy your long leash and hope you will grace us with your prowess. Don't need to set an example for the rabble. We know the Oathbreakers are focused in the citadel beneath the mountain spire, but we have learned this is not their only nest. The Fifth Eye wags a hand in the air with a high-pitched squeal of displeasure. Given their pattern of attacks, they must have a second group maintaining camp here in the Outer Valley. Unless we deal with this second group, they'll attack from behind the moment we cross the river. The disfavored think you can't control your horde, and that many are defecting back to the Banshee Guard. Wrong! And perhaps he gestures with a spear and an arc toward the sprawling camp. It is no mean feat to herd this many desperate lives. For every 2 hands of humanity, there is at least one finger that snaps from the rest, from the stress of our ways. If you have been lost on the margins, I won't deny that. But if you store grain, expect some rat feces. If you lead killers, expect some desertion. So you need help taking out these oak-breakers. And while a good old-fashioned slaughter would be an efficient solution, the smarter answer is not to kill them, but to add their strength to ours. I agree with you there. My last group of scouts returned with a new batch of prisoners, and one of these prisoners claims she can lead us to Vendrian Guard's secondary camp, though there are shreds of deception in her voice. I could use your help questioning this Vendrian Cal. Perhaps you will get less screams and tears and more useful information out of her. If we knew where to ambush the Outbreakers, we could try to take their captain and show him the wisdom of joining the chorus. I will speak with the prisoner. I'll meet you there. She's waiting by the other prisoners. So I'm assuming down here. Before I do that, is there anything for me to loop around here?
Curious.
Oh, hey, what do we have here? Yeah, supplies and potions. Take them. I'm assuming this is it, Veronica. Please, someone. I wish to bow before the voices in the rat. I thought all could find redemption in the chorus. A woman in makeshift armor of the Vendrian Guard lurches forward in agony. Soiled, trembling legs suggest she has been forced to stand for days. This one. He flippantly waves at the prisoner. Was hollering earlier that she knows the location of the Vendrian Guard encampment, but she isn't being entirely honest. I told this thing, the prisoner turns pale a moment before a look of determination comes over her face, that I wanted to guarantee I'd live and be welcomed into the chorus as a captain. Then I'll talk. Otherwise, they'll just kill me once I've opened up. I was dumb enough to join the Vendrian Guard, but I'm not dumb enough to give away my bargaining bronze. You claim you would disavow your people for the Scarlet Chorus. Let it change your heart. Because I want to live, and you don't need to be the Archon of Premonitions to know that the younger realms are gone for good. She blinked several times, catching her breath. Kairos is the new strength of the tears. I'd rather stand with his Archons than be crushed by them. Why should I trust the words of an Oathbreaker? I suppose I have no answer for that. Mariah's eyes fall to the ground and she swallows nervously. When I joined the Vendrian Guard, I accepted their broken vow unto myself. Have you not felt passion for a foolish cause? One you would later come to regret? Well, my surrender is sincere, and I'm willing to bow before the voices of the rat to prove it. Tell me what you know, and I can see to your release. I heard the chorus is looking for Captain Pelox Florian and his crew. I can lead you to them, but only if you release me. She turns her head, taking a long look at skewered and smoldering corpses around her. She tugs at her restraints, but to no avail. We could have the voices of Narat extract what you know from your mind. But the Archon said, the Archon of Secrets has a most unusual power. You're about to see it up close. What? Her face blanches and her arms reflexively stiffen. causing her to double back against the post to which she's bound. No, please no. I heard nobody returns from his interrogations. I'll tell you, but I... She lets out a sigh. I don't really know where they are, but I know how to find them. Search that one. She reaches up with her right leg and points with her foot, calling attention to a nearby pile of corpses. The tall, dark one missing most of his face. Check his left boot. He was the literate one on our crew. He had the orders. With a snap of his fingers, a pair of choirmen yank the boot off the fallen guardsman. A roll of parchment slides out of the boot and is thrust into the fifth eye's hands. He unfurls the scroll to give a read. It's nonsense. Just mash of words. Laughter erupts from under his mouth. She said she had information. She gives us garbage. Slay this wretch for wasting our time. He snaps his finger at a nearby Scarlet Fury, who promptly snatches a long knife from her belt. I heard her say she'd swear fealty to the voices in the rack. An initiation rite would be in order. Seeing as you're an expert on the subtle subject of fate, I will entertain your wisdom on the matter. What then would you propose we do with her? Let's test her loyalty. Pariah, kill these guardsmen. There's something you want. Pariah looks at the prisoners, wants her allies, and closes her eyes as her bonds are untied. The onlookers snicker and cheer when a heavy rock is placed in her hand. Mouthing something inaudible, she lifts the rock high above her head and smashes it down on the prisoner's skull, wincing back a scream as she hoists the stone over her head, second time to finish the job on the other prisoner. The bloody rock hits the ground and Pariah slumps to her knees in the beat a moment later. Good, good. Fifth Eye places his bloody hand on the trembling woman's shoulder and nods to her. Welcome to the Scarlet Chorus. Do not fail us. As a pair of soldiers come to lift Pariah, the Fifth Eye turns to you, his voice filled with glee. Where's a slave to clean up the fall when you need it? We're no closer to finding the Oathbreaker's position, not with this cryptic mess. She promised us answers, and all she gave us was gibberish.
Sorry to interrupt, but I highly doubt it's gibberish. More likely, it's one of the local scripts.
The voice comes from another prisoner tied up next to Pariah, an older gentleman with the quills, ink vials, and parchment scrolls one finds on the sages of the School of Ink and Quill. Ink smudges cover his cheeks, temples, and ears. His clothes appear charred, and between the ribs of the fabric you spot burn scars along his arms. Despite being emaciated and tied to a post, he offers a beaming smile. You unroll the parchment and see a message of modest length written with professional, albeit hasty penmanship. The Tearsmen speak the canto just like the Northerners, but they have half a dozen different ways of writing it. This particular script is unknown to you. Can you read this?
Let me see. I can't.
You hold the parchment in front of the bound sage, and his eyes dart down the length of the missive. He reads the words a second time, nodding in silence.
I don't know exactly what it says, but I'm half certain that's Sage Selwyn's handwriting. I'm sure I could decipher that in a few hours' time. Don't need my hands free, but I think better when not tied to a post. I know, I'm weird that way.
Few hours. Either you can read it or you cannot. What use is a sage that doesn't know his letters? I've heard all I need to hear. I say we have some fun with this one. Your life depends on you translating this scroll now.
I would love to help. I just need some time. That's written in another sage's shorthand. I'd have to sit down with it, or better yet, compare it to a piece of his writing I have stashed on me somewhere. If I sat down with it while sufficiently sober, it's highly probable I'd figure it out.
Sober? Since when do we share the good stuff with the prisoners?
Oh, nobody shared. Right before I was taken prisoner, I imbibed several vials of reagents. I wanted to be numb and disconnected when my captors used me for carnal catharsis. It's made these last few days tied to a post almost enjoyable.
Can't hurt to give him a few hours. You read the edict. I don't need to tell you the sundial's working against us. This adult old bag is just trying to stall us. The voices in the rat will be upset to know you squandered a source of enemy intelligence. How true. Then we shan't put him to waste. He will serve as a most riveting source of amusement as we put him on trial.
Fatebinder, I beseech you, be my advocate for this trial. I'm no fool. I know the chorus uses blood, not words, to settle these matters. But you are a servant of the Archon of Justice, are you not?
Fine, but I'll be his champion. This one needs to live.
Good. I like it when Tunon's puppies get their paws dirty.
Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? Raising his arms to the sky, the fifth eye roars for all nearby to hear. Trial by combat is upon us. The sage is unbound from the post. Stiff legs nearly buckle as he attempts to walk, and his arms flex and flail in their new freedom. Wiping sweat and grime from his brow, the sage steps close to you with a nervous smile. Rhythmic roaring and the stomping of hundreds of feet in unison flood the camp. Horsemen begin to circle and swirl about, brandishing weapons and cheering. Begin the chant of gathering, let the warriors know that tonight's entertainment will soon commence. Is this a one-on-one fight? Brothers and sisters, who amongst you set the standard for strength? Who amongst you will help winnow the weak from the strong? The fifth eye waves his hand in the air, drawing in a gathering of coarse soldiers. Looks like it's 3 on 3. Our claimants have been assembled. Now let the trial of the Oathbreaker begin. What does he have? Oh, he can heal. Oh, he's got a combo ability.
Consider
Nice. One's on the ground. Now I can get back a bit. Hobble the target. Now we can finish. Let's finish this one's badly. Yeah, let's finish off this one. Oh, she's getting hurt. Let's have Lantry heal her.
Y'all out by your ass. Seeing an awful lot of red.
Nice. Oh, she's got one target. Sure. doesn't have the healing spell again yet. I might have her suck down a potion.
On it. I never had a chance.
Oh, I'm getting hurt. Let's use that combo with them.
I see you there. Not a problem, boss.
Nice! By the righteous shedding of blood, we have found our answer. Regrettably, it appears the sage is worthy of leaving our camp alive. The fifth eye offers short, mocking bavalandry. By the customs set forth by the voices in the rack, you are free to go, old man. Brag to your grandkids that you fell afoul of the chorus, yet lived to tell the story. That was fun. Your warriors almost put up a good fight. It really is bloodletting weather, is it not? My conscripts need to see more warriors of your skill in action. I thank you for the lesson you have given the camp. I thought I'd die tied to that post. The sage looks down at his rope-worn wrists in disbelief. Now hand me that parchment. I'm certain I can decipher it. Well, much of the parchment was weathered, but I can make out the important parts of the text. The note makes mention of meeting the spot west of Trip Nettle. So, the old sage knows his words after all. I'd ask that you travel ahead and see if you can't get this Captain Florian to yield to the chorus. They will strike at first sight of the chorus gang, or perhaps they will parlay it if yours is the face they seek. I know the area, and I suggest we go at once. I'll show you the way. I'm eager to be far from the stench of this camp. Something's amiss. There's a lot of fight in you for an old scholar. Now you're offering to join this expedition? I've met sages every bit as cutthroat as hardened gang bosses. They act the part of doddering scribes, but don't let that fool you. Smart for someone your age to be so mistrusting, but I'm not with the Oathbreakers if that's what you're fishing at. I work for them under duress, but I've no love for them. I'm not about to pledge to the chorus, and the disfavored wouldn't have me. Still, I consider myself a Kairos-fearing vassal of the Overlord's empire all the same. For as long as I've been a sage, I've been trained to defend myself. We don't spend all our time binding books and sketching wildlife, just most of it. For centuries, we've been in a quiet war with the School of Tides and the School of Wild Wrath. You can't travel alone as much as I do and not know the bronze dance. And your little quill dagger, just for decoration? Well, I mean, sages always need to have a quill handy, so it just sort of blends into the ensemble on a casual glance. And the customary term is bladed remix, but who's keeping track? Swear fealty to me, and I will let you leave this place with me. If that is your price, I will pay it. I, Sage Lantry of the School of Ink and Quill, do pledge my services in Skyne to the Fate Binder, and by extension, to the court of Tunon. He dips into a steep bow, before rising with a solemn smile. I know I may seem old and frail, but I know how to step lightly and how not to get killed. Really, I won't slow you down. Lead the way. Let me know if I can be of service. Are we done here? Let's hightail it to Trip Nettle. If your new pet doesn't behave himself along the way, I'm not above clipping his ears. Cool, I've got a new companion. Now let's have a quick look around this camp.
I got it.
See if there's anything else for me to loot before I leave. Ah. Got a bronze sword. Ooh. That bronze sword. Not useful for battle anymore, but I can sell it. Right. And bats. Well, look who we have here. Chewing on some matter of cut, a heavy-set soldier flings spittle and crumbs as she talks. The Fate Finder finally shows herself. I'm Reg. The second soldier chimes in, and this is Baz. We're wondering when you might pay the camp a visit. The Fifth Eye has been a little starved for attention. He ordered us to watch you like a troublesome babe. Make sure you don't get out of line. Baz knits her fingers together, joints crackling as she smiles. Reg clears his throat, loudly scowling at Baz. Something like that. If you have questions, ask us. Good luck finding anyone else in camp who will give you answers, or even a smile. So, anything we can do to you? Do for you? I was a sellsword at the beck and call for fat merchants, just another dented face in the crowd. After too many years of spilling blood in local skirmishes, I realized that I was only killing time. Then Kairos showed me a better way. Unity, purpose. Now I fight for something, not just for someone. Been watching the Scarlet Furies practicing my blade work. Not good enough to join them yet, but I bet I could show you a thing or two. Ah, so here's more people that train me. I don't think I have any points left. Well, except for Lantry. He scratches the back of his head at a loss for words. I had a family, a farm, then the chorus came in. Well, now I have the chorus. Priorities change when you hear screams in the night and feel a blade pressed to your neck. Things like farms and families don't seem as important. I used to have nightmares thinking about the culling. Nice. Felt awful, remembering how I hacked my ma and dad to bits just so I could survive. What can you tell me about the Fifth Eye? Reg trades an uncomfortable glance with Baz and lowers his head to whisper. They say he shares a direct link with the voices in the rap. Write your tongue around him. He's a little wild, bloodthirsty, mad. Baz thinks for a moment. Brilliant. Alright, let's see what they can teach me. Bows, dual wield, and unarmed combat. This would have been great for her. Oh, Verse went up a level. That's right, I can't train her. Let's see what Reg's got to offer. Mage Staff, Subterfuge, and Lore. Magic Staff. I should really take a look at Lantry's skills and stuff. Alright, so his best skill is thrown weapons. Magic Staff's not too bad. Very high lore. He's got magic skills, so he's going to be the mage. Oh, I get 2 points. Don't think I'm gonna have him learn anything just yet. Well, I wish I'd thrown weapons here. I'd have to go back to the other camp, but that would waste time. He might level up before I... Some bow skill wouldn't be the worst thing for him. Well, he's got that thrown weapon skill. Nah. Just train his lore. Alright, well, I think it's about time to leave this camp. Just
Hi.
another quick round around here. Make sure there's nothing else for me to loot. Looted that. These arrows are splintered. They're fletching mottled. They're likely pulled from corpses. Alright, well, we'll leave off here, and we'll journey onwards to this, hopefully this second camp next time.